Hey, Edu, welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you.
How's it been over these last 2 months since you played last?
Uh, yeah, tough for sure to watch every single game, always from the outside, not being able to play. And obviously, the longer it gets, the more frustrating, but also the more joy I have to be back now. So it's great to be back, and I haven't even been on the roster yet. But like just the training itself, not being in the gym all day, but being able to train with the guys is amazing.
What can you say about the situation? Obviously, there was the physical part, and then there was another part. What can you say about that?
Yeah, I want to be. I think this is a great opportunity to be as transparent as possible, because like within the club, everybody knows what was going on with me or like my family. It was like you could say like kind of out of nowhere. Like my wife has had like serious health issues, and it got worse and worse, and then she ended up having a surgery. And yeah, the truth is now that my wife has cancer. So I want to be like very open about that, because I know maybe like at a certain point people will know. And also yeah, this is also a request honestly for yeah, my brothers and sisters in Christ all over the world to pray for my wife for health and courage in that time. And yeah, I'm trying to be as honest about it as possible, as I said. And I know there was a lot of confusions, and I also want to take the opportunity to take to thank the whole club, everybody, the owners. Nobody was rushing me. Everybody gave me the time. The owners, Lutz, obviously my teammates. Not forgetting the coach who was like up to date the whole time, Tyler, and supported me immensely in that time, which I appreciate a lot, because like there was never a pressure for him. He always told me that I can take as much time as possible, and I could tell that his actions were aligning with what he said. That's why it also took so long. And yeah, obviously I want to thank all my friends and families who have been with us through this time.
And I don't know what the limit on how far you want to go. How is she?
She's doing well at the moment, thank God. She's doing really well, and yeah, we'll see how it's progressing.
I mean, how much have you found kind of, I don't know, respite relief in soccer on getting back on the field? Has that been a good thing?
I would say in terms of like getting your head like to think about something else for sure, because soccer, it's as I mentioned oftentimes, it's not my identity, and soccer is not like what I live for. I know as a Christian believer that Jesus is what I live for, and He has carried us through this time as always. But obviously, yeah, soccer has been also like being now on the pitch and having fun with the guy and thinking about something else is amazing. And I'm very, very thankful that I can be healthy again, because obviously, I mean, the good thing was like I could take care of my wife when I was injured. But now that she's also doing well, it's also good for me to think about something else. And I know that my wife is also very happy about that, to see me playing again.
Justin?
I do. There's a lot of talk about mental health and the mental health resources that the club has put in place. Was that one of the things that has kind of helped you through this process and just feeling more comfortable and getting back onto the field and just being in this room today?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's good to have people that you can trust and that you can talk to in times like this. My pastor, actually, who's a very close friend of mine here in America, and his family and also our church has been of great support for us, and have been there for us the whole time. And like sometimes, like I would say, obviously there was a lot of crying, a lot of weeping, a lot of sorrow and suffering in that time. But there was also, through our belief in Jesus, still a lot of joy in midst of suffering, and seeing like a lot of people caring for us and supporting us and loving us in so many ways. I mean, like, it doesn't matter, like within the club, family, friends, church, like we received flowers, people would bring meals, and it was incredible. Like we were so many times drawn to tears because of the love of so many people, and obviously sometimes you think, like for myself, sometimes you don't even know what's going on within yourself, and sometimes then obviously I talked to my wife the most in that time, and the crazy thing is like even that my wife, she is suffering from in with her health issues, and she was like most of the time the one encouraging me, you know, and encouraging each other, which is incredible. So yeah, I think it's very important to talk openly about it, and to be very honest, I appreciate this setting also a lot because I know that I can talk very openly about it, because I know from where I come from, it's never as easy to talk about stuff like that and as openly, because many times it gets seen as weakness, and then you are, I don't know, not being real, you know.
Corey?
I know we've talked about St. Louis really becoming a home the last couple of years. As you go through this next phase, just to have the city behind you, like they've always been since you got here, just what's that going to mean to have St. Louis behind you during this?
Oh, I mean, it means a lot for sure. As I said, like from the very start, from the very beginning, that people, the way they welcomed us into the city was just incredible. And as I said it many times, I haven't experienced it yet before like this, that not like the club is like sticking together, but like the entire city. And that is just an amazing feeling, you know, wherever you go, like people not only asking for pictures or like having conversations, but like people just I don't know, everywhere being so nice. Like sometimes when I'm even going for a walk and people at a traffic light are just like screaming at you, and it's amazing. We are very thankful to be here and very thankful for the fans here in the city.
Brendan?
Edu, was there a point where you saw the light at the end of the tunnel where you felt like, okay, there's going to be an opportunity to come back? And was there ever a moment where you thought, wow, I might not be able to come back and play this year?
Yeah, honestly, I think it was before the Austin game at home where I thought that I might be back, and then like having pain again. And obviously, as I talked already before, sometimes you think you are doing well, but obviously there was a lot to process and a lot to go through, and sometimes you think you are doing pretty good, but obviously, yeah, there was a lot going on, and I think the combination of like my body and coming back after such a long time, and then everything I had to process also was definitely something that played into that as well.
Tom Schwartz?
Edu, first of all, welcome back. And I think one of the most underappreciated things about St. Louis, especially with people who live here, is what a great medical community this is. You're very close to world experts in almost anything. And hearing you talk right now about how this situation in your life just drives that home. And yet what you're really talking about is the personal reaction you've had from people, right? I mean, it's amazing. Could you just talk about that a little bit more?
You mean like how
People, like
Yeah.
the team, like people when you're, on the street walking,
Yeah.
the love that you're feeling, that's what you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Love.
Yeah.
One love.
Yeah.
And you've felt it. I mean, that must be enlightening, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously amazing. Yeah, and I think it's not so common in soccer because like most of the times, and I'm not saying that it's here not always the case. In the end of the day, you have to perform. You know, that's my job, to perform well. But yeah, it's, as I said so many times, and I can't say much more than it's unique for sure. And I think that's what makes this city and also this club so special.
Okay, now to switch the subject. We know you're a thoughtful guy, so you've been watching the team. What can you bring to this team? What have you been thinking about bringing to this team when you get back on the pitch?
Yeah, I think I'm trying also to. I mean, I'm trying to improve in everything. I think when I was playing the last game in Austin, I was getting more and more into a pretty good shape, and also getting my focus also a little bit more on my defensive game, because my offense game, like I don't have to think about it much because like obviously that's what you love to do, you know. It's always a little bit easier on the ball, and still there's a lot more to improve for sure. But I think defensively is something that I also want to help the team with and to be even better with. And I think also in terms of leading the team, leading the guys, because I know we have a young team, and I think it's very important not to have only the coach who's like leading the team, but to have like within the team leaders that are being role models and trying to take care of the guys. And I just also want to mention like why I like my intention was never to say all of that to like draw the attention to myself or to pity myself or me and my wife, you know, like everybody has struggles, everybody has problems, you know, and I'm also trying to be mindful of the other guys, because as the coach already said, like for example, other guys who also came to a foreign country, so I'm also trying to look out for my teammates, how I can help them to better adjust within the team, you know, and just to get their best performances out of them, you know.
Got time for one more, we'll go back to Tom.
What's your wife's name?
Ilona.
Can you spell that?
Ilona.
And do you want to say what kind of cancer?
Yeah, it's brain cancer.
Brain cancer?
Yes.
That sounds like a big yikes.
Yes.
So, when you were coming back from the injury, I remember we talked one day in the stands, and you were kind of on the wire, on the fences. Had it started at that point then?
So it started like probably the away game in Austin. I mean, the truth is, when you're asking now, then there's no reason to hide anything. She always had a tumor in her head, which we knew, but we never knew that it could grow and that something could like change. But then she was like having severe headaches and problems and everything, and then probably there was like her surgery was 1st April or something like that, and then obviously the coach released me and gave me the time to take care of her, because like I was the whole time in the hospital with her, and then obviously she was like getting better and better, and yeah, thankfully for the last couple of weeks she has been doing very well.
Was there anything that needed to happen on her end before you felt you could come back and play?
Again, sorry?
What needed to happen with her before you felt you could come back? And
I mean, honestly, like for me, it was also like that I wasn't fully fit. I was having still pain, so I wasn't like in a spot where I could play. And then I thought that I would be able to play versus Austin, and then I felt pain again. So it was kind of like both things at the same time. But I mean, in the end of the day, I was already like injured, and then all of that happened.
And I do thank you for joining us for